They do. They love it.
Hi, everybody. It's Linda G, and I'm here with Auntie Mel.
Hey,
I sent him a beautiful figure skating thing. I love those figure skate. And I said, Mel, do you think we could learn to do this routine? And I told my friend Dan, do you think Mel would teach me? Because I know you used to do figure skating. And he said, well, maybe you guys could get on the ice.
I
Because I
responded.
tried to skate, ice skate. I can't do it.
I responded. You got to step on the ice first. I went skating about 5 years ago, but it was outside in Chicago. It was on this thing called the Ribbon, and the ice was so bad I caught a toe pick and I fell forward. And my cousin, she's a professional ice skater. My cousin Ralph, he's a professional hockey coach. And different between hockey skates and ice skates, whole different ballpark. And their son Maddie and all the girls, and they're all skaters. And they were laughing so hard at me, and I got up and I gave them the middle finger. I said, I could have broken something.
Yeah. Because that ice is hard.
Well, when you first learn, you like it when the ice is a little rough because you feel more secure. But now that I skate, I like it when they first run the Zamboni or the Olympic, whatever they call it, and the ice is just so smooth. And boy, you can
So,
just
is it something that once you know how to do, you just don't forget?
you don't forget, you get a little wobbly.
Yeah.
Like if I put my skates on and went on like the ice, like in the rink, I'd be a little wobbly. But once I'm up for a round, my ankles would probably kill me for a while. But once I'd be on the ice for about a half an hour, I would be okay.
Yeah. I
When you get older, you can't do jumps anymore, but you can still stroke, and you can do some edge work and three turns and things like that. But, as far as jumping, those days are over. But I like to go watch the kids. I love
uh
to watch figure skating and
right.
ice dancing.
So have you been really busy with this Christmas season here?
Well, we were figuring out, do we go to Kentucky? Do we stay here? So we're going to go to Kentucky. So I sent my great great niece's Christmas gifts through
I
Amazon.
had That's the best way to do it.
And my niece Brittany, I sent hers through Amazon. And then like yours we sent. And so the only thing I got to do is just go buy some food because for Christmas Eve, I'm going to take some shrimp and make shrimp cocktail and then things like that. And then Christmas Day, we're sending a turkey breast, which is okay with me, but I think I'll make some baked mazzarella.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, so things like that, it's just kind of like, and then, everybody wants to get together before the holidays, so we're trying to plan all that. So I love the holidays, and it's cold here in Chicago. We had
It's
like,
cold here. It's in the 30s.
oh my God, it was 7 here last night.
Ooh.
And we had like that 8 inches of snow. Then we got another couple inches. Then we got another couple inches. It snowed night before last.
Wow.
And so, it's like Chicago used to be. And I'm just hoping that the snow hangs on I'm sorry, until Christmas, because it's nice to have it for Christmas. So,
So, I got a couple of t-shirts and I want to recognize them. It's from Linda and Ray in New York. And look at that. Isn't that cool?
oh, wow. I
I
like that.
love it. So maybe at the bottom of this, I should put our blue shirt at yahoo.com. That's where you can order it. Thank you, you guys. And also, there's another woman I just went blank in her name and I saw her t shirt in my room. She wants to start uh, she had an event the other day and I was gone. I am so busy right now.
Me
But
too. I'm very busy. I'm really super busy.
she's trying to start a, a, a place for animals, rescue animals. So she sent me a t shirt and I need to send her some money. But she has another person helping her, and they had something the other night, but I was gone. Also, this is football season, y'all. You don't talk to me during football season.
They asked me to do it too, and I was too busy. I had too much going on. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just really busy over the holidays. So
Okay, and you had a couple of announcements?
I do. I've got the Danube Vista deck is sold out, but I've got openings in the upper deck, lower deck. And so That's going to be incredible. I mean, all the cities we're going to see are just amazing. A lot of them are UNESCO sites. Then Iceland is doing nicely for the eclipse. Um, I think the eclipse is going to last about a minute and a half. And so if you're interested in that, and then Galapagos, I have openings for that. The only thing is for the Danube, I think at the end of this month, the free airfare runs out. So if you're going to do it, let me know. We'll fix you up.
Okay,
Um, and so there you have it.
there you go. Someone sent this to me. And it could have been my sister. I don't remember who, but I posted it on my
I love that.
free Nobel Peace Prize with an order of shrimp tacos.
Wonder what happens if I order 3 shrimp tacos.
There you go. And also, you guys watched a video. I was with Deborah, the one who does Clarity Tarot, and she's a numerologist. Zaku, Deborah Zaku. And
Ooh,
I kept hearing like this kind of a bell over and over. It was driving me nuts. And I told her, "Are you ringing a bell?" She said, "No." And she couldn't hear it. Now I was on her channel. So, you know, but people are writing me. Joy, my friend Joy Harjo, she wrote me and said, I could hear the bell. And I'm going to check with my camera. But when I was outside in the garage yesterday, I could just barely hear a young woman singing,
wow.
just softly singing. And so I need to go onto my camera because it might have picked it up. I immediately opened the garage door and looked outside. There was nobody there.
Wow. Sounds like an
So
angel.
something's going on at my house, you guys. And God bless, Japan just had a 7.9 or 6.
I didn't hear it. You're the one that told me. So,
And then up in Alaska, they had a 7 pointer, and more to come, you guys. But
and
I
Kil-
thought it's weird how it sort of picks places that's not Armageddon. So,
and Kilauea is erupting on the Big Island. Of course, Kilauea is always erupting, but
yeah,
it erupted higher, which is a good thing because that means then the magma chamber is full. Because when they were fracking down below, they put these cracks in the rock, and where the lava would have normally gone, it found those cracks and erupted, and it caused the magma chamber to empty, and they were worried about it caving in. So
right.
now, well, that means the magma chamber is full. So that's a good sign.
That's a
So.
great sign.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of t-shirts, I'm going to give my members, I'll have a free drawing once a month and I'll give away a t-shirt to my members. And I ordered one. I'm going to wear it. It says ice is melting and it's got a peace sign.
Cool.
So,
Well,
um,
that's the first question I want to ask you. I don't know if it's on this list, but I'm trying to get my cards. I don't have my Morgan Greer, but I can use her clarity cards. But I want to take a quick look see. Rumor is rampant that Trump wants to get rid of Kristi Noem, and
uh,
he wants a governor to take her place who was there and talking to Trump. And they asked her about it. She says, "I work at the president's favor." But they're saying, and remember, she's a woman. You know, he doesn't respect women.
no, I'm
She's
hearing
just,
yes, he will get rid of her.
yes. Well, what happened is she was supposed to spend, they allocated her a bunch of money, and she's spending a lot of it on herself. And you know, he don't play that.
Plus, that commercial that was done, was that her? Yeah. Um, I see a big falling out between those two. I always have. Um, between Kristi Noem and Trump.
Really? As bad
I
as MTG?
pretty much. Um, I just see a big falling out there coming.
There's people complaining about her to him, but the most important thing is I see and I think he's mad at the FBI agent for using those jets to take care of her girlfriend and her drunk friend. He doesn't like that. That's the one thing he would get rid of people for in his first administration. It's okay for him to do it,
Right. I was
but
just gonna,
you
it's
can't
okay
do
for
it.
him to do it, but wrong for I pulled the 7 of clubs. I'm just using I use this gypsy deck. I learned to read these years ago, but they are really hard to read, you know.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
pulled the lilies, which
yeah.
means immorality. So a lot of there's going to be whistleblowers coming forward, especially when he gets rid of her. Um, they're going to turn on each other. That's what I see, and I do see her gone. Of course, the person he puts in her place will be so much worse.
It's
But
one of the governors, who I actually thought was a decent governor. Now I can't remember his name.
I don't know. But he's not. But if he does, he's
I
at
think
some
he could
point,
be governor of Georgia,
um, it would end up not doing Trump's bidding. But it would make
governor
sense
of
if it's the
Georgia.
governor of Georgia because that new prosecuting attorney dropped all the charges against Trump in Georgia.
No, it's not Brian Kemp. Okay, hold on one second. One second. I'm going
While
to
you're
put this
doing
on
that, I
pause.
asked the outcome of Kristi Noem and Donald Trump, and I got the eight of spades, which means the presence of a huge enemy. So, in other words, they're going to end up, I feel like that she's going to end up being his enemy, or he'll be her enemy.
I think they're going to find out more money she spent and he's going to get pissed off.
Well, I've often said she's going to be indicted, uh, and she's going to end up in jail. So, um, yeah, there's going to be a lot more money she spent. And once Trump is out of office, a lot of that money she made on those commercials, I see that being confiscated. So there you go.
Okay, it's not official or anything, but Glenn Youngkin, who is he governor of Virginia?
No, Virginia's Democrat.
Well, if they said Glenn Youngkin, the most frequently mentioned name is Glenn Youngkin, the current term limited governor of Virginia.
Oh,
He's been floated.
is he a Democrat?
I I don't know. Wait, hold on.
I don't know.
Is Glenn Youngkin a Democrat or a Republican? He's a Republican.
Republican.
But
Virginia's,
I think he works favorably, like he's not as bad as some governors. I could be wrong. So listen, I want to show you what I got. Rulership handover.
ooh,
Ding dong. Big city. I don't know what that means. They're getting so many lawsuits by shooting at people in their cars and taking the wrong people. The other day I saw a video. The New York police were arresting all kinds of ICE people for doing illegal things.
there's a teen couple here in Chicago. Their family's very religious. They're brothers. They're homeschooled, and they are anti-Trump and anti-ICE. You can see it on YouTube. Google brothers in Chicago anti-ICE, and they follow ICE around. And ICE has warned them, don't follow us, you're impeding. And they've gotten videos of some of the horrific things that
It's
ICE is
terrible.
doing. And it shows them at home and the father praying uh, to end this tyranny with Trump and this tyranny with ICE. And these kids are really brave. I mean, they are telling everybody where ICE is located in Chicago. I think they should get once Trump is gone, a presidential medal for the work
I
they're
think
doing.
so too.
It's
Oh, the
incredible.
outcome card was Volcano Mountains. So,
Ooh,
I mean, this is big stuff. This is big stuff.
wow. Yep.
So I love it, my friend.
I don't think Trump's trying to clean up his act. He's just trying to
No.
divert because they're going to say, you know, but it'll show how crooked Kristi Noem really is. But on the other hand, I still see more things coming out about Trump that's going to really, really, really be pretty damning as well.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's see. Um, do you have a question?
Let's see. I'm going off some of yours too. Um, Dave Blackberry. Oh, hi, Dave. Urgent question. Will one or more of the Supreme Court justices be named in the Epstein files?
No,
I don't think that.
no.
But I do see two justices being impeached.
Yes,
I mean,
probably Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh's one.
And who's the other one?
Well, Thomas, I think, would resign before he's impeached. But I was wondering if it would be Alito.
Could be. But they could get people like Who's the other guy that went in that lied to Congress and told them that they wouldn't vote against something and they did?
Well, Kavanaugh was
Has accepted huge money from.
right. You're probably thinking, was it Gorsuch? Because Trump,
Yes.
Gorsuch. I
But
see two
also,
of them.
I don't see what's his face staying there. I've often seen him getting sick. Justice
Who's,
Roberts.
oh, Roberts, yeah,
He makes money hand over foot thanks to his wife.
right. I don't know. It could be Roberts or Alito, but I'm telling you, uh, I see two of them impeached and then one resigning. So that's three openings once Trump is gone. And I see the courts reversing a lot of this BS that this court has agreed with in Trump's favor. One being presidential immunity.
Yes.
And two, I see Roe v. Wade reinstated
Down the road here. Yep.
down the road. Yep.
Did you see Gavin Newsom was on some show, some talk
I
show,
love him.
and he was wearing this great big medal that said peace. So big it was bigger than him around his neck.
I like him.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to run for president. If he does,
I
he'll.
think he'll win. And I think Marjorie Taylor Greene, I did watch her 60-minute thing last night. I don't trust her.
I don't either, not as far as I can throw 747.
But, she's saying that they all made fun of Trump when he was running again, and they made fun of her for standing up for Trump. Then the minute they saw he was going to win the primaries, they started kissing butt.
Well, but look at the people she made fun of and look at the stuff that she did. So as far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned, this
Oh,
is
she was
karmic for her.
terrible. Yeah, she was terrible.
I watched her resignation speech, and to me, it sounded so disingenuous, and it sounded more like a campaign
Yeah, like
speech.
she's reading because she said she's got no. She's not saying she's not going to run, but she has no desire at this point to run for anything. And somebody said this, and it rang true with me. She'll probably run for president
I think she'll try.
because Republicans have nobody right now.
They don't have anybody. Nope.
Okay, here's a good one. Will Bondi be disbarred and sentenced to prison time?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Okay.
She's going to be just like John Mitchell during the Nixon years.
Yeah.
I keep saying that I see her uh, convicted of obstruction of justice, abuse of power, cover-ups, the whole nine yards. As will Kristi Noem, same thing. And Kristi Noem, fraud. She's broken every rule in the book. And also Cash Patel. I see
Right.
him.
Now, the families who were wrongfully detained or killed, who were actually citizens, they took citizens too.
I
When
know.
these lawsuits come forward, you know that Trump's going to say it wasn't me, it was her.
Well, of course, he's going to throw her under a bus.
So I get a sinking ship.
I love it.
She should be quite aware. I also get cyber attack. So this could even mean we may have a major cyber attack as a nation, and or there's an attack that reveals everything she's saying, like there's nothing that can be hidden.
I
And
see
then,
the moon, so everything coming to the surface.
yeah, so she's a controlled puppet.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right
She's a
on.
controlled puppet.
Hey, do me a favor. When we're done, text me the name of those cards. I like those cards.
Oh yeah, these are the Tish James. I didn't send you
Uh,
some.
no, just text me the name of them and I'll get them.
Okay,
But
it's called the I think it's called the prediction deck. Yeah, the
oh,
prediction
you know
deck.
what we forgot to mention is Androniki real quick.
Oh yes, he's wonderful.
Androniki skincare. So check it out, you all. Andro-Niki. You can order it. Um, so it's great stuff.
Very reasonable, not expensive.
Not expensive at all. It's not going to break the
So
bank. Okay.
okay, you got a question?
Um, yes. Elaine V says a friend lives in Texas. Every weekend, she would go protest at the low security prison where Ghislaine Maxwell is held. It's usually filled with guards and the like. This weekend, when they went there, there was nothing going on. No guards, no patrol, nothing. Did Trump secretly pardon her and release her? Is she the same woman you saw? No, she has not been pardoned yet. No.
Yeah. Well, he's afraid to pardon her. He would, but he knows it'll look bad on him.
Right.
So here's another good one. Will the Democrats reverse the Martin Luther King holiday Trump is trying to remove? Trump wanting to make his birthday a holiday. I'm going to tell you something. Everything he touches will just turn to spit.
It's the reverse Midas.
It's he. There's the holidays. Everything he touches will be reversed. So you guys, because when things happen, people get all, oh my God, did you hear what he did? But it's not going to last very long. Is what I want to tell you.
I've got one here like that. It says Tammy Drummond says, did you hear Trump administration removing MLK, Martin Luther King, and Juneteenth from the Free National Park list and replacing with Trump birthday? That'll be overturned.
So I want to look at is other nations going to call in the debt? I know they were threatening. They told Trump, stand in line or we will call in the debt and it will ruin. Let me look real quick too while I'm here. Let's
If
look.
he doesn't stop with these tariffs and things like that, yes, these countries will call in the
Well, the
debt.
tariffs aren't doing nothing.
I know that, but he
So
better stop
yeah, the
messing with them.
stock market is dropping.
Well,
But it does that. It goes back and forth.
they can use that kind of as a, I don't want to say threat, but as a threat to say, look, stop your BS or we will call in the debt.
Yeah. So let's look. Well, they. What do you think? Are they going to do it?
I
I
think they
think
will.
they know it'll crash us.
I think they will, but I think then Trump then he'll behind the scenes work out something so they'll back off. Just like with his supposed tariffs, same thing. They'll I see them trying to recall a debt, yes, but
Because here's the
it'll be
yes
stopped.
part. Yes.
See?
But battle warship, what's that mean? Battle
I
warship.
think that's probably about the thing in Venezuela and how he's itching. And I think
And
some
it's
of
got
these
nothing to do with oil or anything else. It's only got to do with minerals.
right, exactly. Has to do with minerals. And I think they're going to say, if you don't stop there, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah. I just want to use the other cards real quick. Real quick. This is an important question. Will other nations call in the debt to the United States of America? Because I do see they worry about good Americans because they do see how low his points are. Like, not that many people like him. So they know that we do have some taste here. It's not like he's got a 90% approval rating.
My light bulb just went on. Trump might even want him to do that because then he can say, well, because we're having so many, my economic policies were great, but because these countries did that, look what they did to us.
I keep getting the Nine of Cups or yes, yes, yes.
That's what I feel.
And it'll cause it'll
It's going
cause
to be
some.
an
They
uproar.
might not do the whole thing, but they may
They'll
do
do
some of it.
they'll do some of it, like a teeny bit, just to say, don't
Just
mess with.
enough to get him shook up.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
They're not cottoning to his bullying anymore. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's see. Um, Anna Ann Sain says, "Hi, Linda and Mel. Well, Kristi Noem, aka Dog Killer, yeah, you got that right. Um, be held responsible for all of the people that were captured by ICE, put in jail for many
Yeah,
years. Oh,
we just
yeah,
talked
she will
about
be.
that.
Yep,
We just
yeah.
said that he'll point at her, but the courts are going to say, well, it was under your watch.
And they can't say I was just doing my job because that doesn't
And
fly.
also, even with the good people come in like Gavin Newsom, we're going to be doling out money for people that were hurt by these SOBs.
I see a lot of the people reunited here, their citizenship reinstated, legislation being passed so that some bigoted rogue president can never do this again. Um, so, wow, yeah. Um, hmm. I'm thinking, um, yeah, right. Trump's going to totally throw her under a bus, totally.
Yeah. So someone asked, when you follow the flow of money between Epstein and the Orange, how was it generated? Well, he sold women.
Of course, that's how they made
But
money.
I do see Epstein holding on to a lot of that money. And Trump made some money from this, and you know how gluttony he is.
Right.
He indulged himself. He liked the seeking out women.
Right. Um, I'm sure it was they made money through the sex trade business, of course,
Will
for
do.
entertainment purposes only.
I'll just do one more question. Sorry, I have to ask this.
That's all
Will
right.
dual citizenship be eliminated?
They'll try, and I understand that the Supreme Court is going to start hearing this case about people, if they're born here but their parents aren't citizens, then what happens? I mean, it's what Trump is doing is unconstitutional.
Yes.
Of course, the Supreme Court, at least six of them, don't necessarily follow the Constitution. But I think the Supreme Court decided to hear it because they want to put an end to it once and for all.
Okay.
So I think they're going to say people that are born here are citizens, regardless of where their parents are from.
No, but they're talking about dual citizenship. I know a lot of people who have citizenship in Ireland and the United
He
States.
can try to revoke that too,
That's what he's
but
trying to do. But
but
that takes away Melania and his son.
that's right. So the point is he can try it, but I don't see it being successful. Or if it is,
Seven
somebody
of
else,
Swords, it'll be a battle and he won't win it.
he's not going to win it. And I was just going to say, what about his wife Melania and his son Barron? Because I don't think she was a citizen here when he was born. I don't know. Well, I don't know. She might have been.
No, after he was born, she became a
After
citizen.
his, yeah, and then he made her parents citizens. And then
Yeah,
he said he doesn't believe in chain citizenship. Oh, wow.
yeah. He just talks out his, you know what.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Uh, Sheila, Sheila, critical thinker says there's a surveillance company Trump is using to gather information on Americans. Will we as Americans have any recourse to protect our personal information? Yes.
Yeah.
I,
The only
yes.
reason you should be worried is if you have something to hide. They're going after anybody who's publicly saying something negative, but he can't consume all that. And when the new administration comes in, they will, burn all of that stuff. They'll say you can't do that.
All right. Go ahead.
Did you see that not Amazon, Ancestry has said the government has no right to DNA on file with genealogy?
Oh, good.
Yeah. They
They'll
have
try.
been saying no. It was the 24 and Me that used to give it up.
Wow. Uh, good, because I've done my ancestry through
I did too. That's where I found out. Well, I got a lot of Native, and I've got Hispanic, and I've got a little bit 3% African, and I'm a little tiny bit of Jewish. I had a Polish Jew great 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 grandmother that came to Limerick, Ireland in the 1700s and married an Irishman and transferred to the United States. A lot of cool stuff.
mine is all Western European, but I found out this is funny. I don't know how they check Neanderthal DNA, but most people have 1%. I've got 3%. So always thought that I lived in the cave people time. I guess I did.
Oh, you got 3% caveman?
3% Neanderthal, yeah. Who,
Oh,
but the Neanderthals were in Germany, uh, the
had
Neanderthal
German in
Valley.
me. Yeah, my dad had
And
German.
so,
Well, my dad had red hair and green eyes. Isn't that kind of Viking?
uh, could be. Could be Scotch, could be anything, you know.
Yeah, he was
But mine
Scottish.
was like 95 or 96%. It just said, Western European.
Yeah. So this
So,
lovely lady wrote, and she said, I'm very concerned about the housing and rent situation. I am 74, and after selling my house, I moved to an apartment. My building has had 3 owners, rising rents, and now they want to sell our parking lot. There's a meeting to speak of our concerns Wednesday, but I'm not feeling much hope. I think she's going to find something else,
I see her finding something else,
something a little smaller, but it's more peaceful to me.
something smaller and better.
I
That's what I
feel
think.
wherever she's at, she needs to be amongst like shopping places and stuff like that. But I
I like
see, but yeah, it's really bad right now. And the real estate's really going to take a pounding. My son was looking at maybe at some point in time buying. And so my girlfriend has a guy that's a mortgage specialist. And he told my son, hey, next year, at the end of next year, you should see the interest rates start dropping.
right. Um,
Because even though a lot of homes are up, people aren't dropping the prices. Julie and Dennis, they say people are asking these ridiculous prices. We keep telling them you got to drop the price, and they don't.
people here, people here are paying, there was bidding wars above market value because there's no inventory.
In
So,
Chicago?
oh yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
There's inventory here in California.
A lot of people are fearful though, like with the interest rates and stuff like that. So they're waiting for interest rates to go down and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
um, anyway. All
What do
right,
you
your
got?
turn. My turn. Okay. Uh, Carla Donahoe says, will Trump be charged with treason so the whole cabinet would be gone too? Would there be an interim government? Thank you. That's what she asks.
Will the whole government be charged with treason?
She said, will Trump be charged with treason so the whole cabinet would be gone too? Would there be an interim government? That's what she's asking.
Well, my immediate hit is that he's not going to live
I don't, yeah.
past 26. So I do see them individually. I call it Nuremberg, but you know what I mean. They're going to go on trials, each and every person, and they will have to pay for what they did.
In world court, yes, and I see uh, uh, trials for crimes against humanity, absolutely. Specifically, the rounding up of people and shipping them off without due process and all of that, plus what they are doing in Venezuela, and not to mention what they did in Gaza and all that stuff. Now, you had said years ago that Trump, I remember when I first met you, you said you saw on a television that, that Trump was found guilty of treason.
Yeah.
Uh, but I don't see that.
Is
That
it
could
post?
be.
They can bring up all this information and say that he was treasonous, but not necessarily that he's still alive. Do you see what I'm
Cor-
saying?
Absolutely. And that's what I was going to say. I think it's after he's passed away. So I don't, but just because of that, it doesn't mean the whole cabinet would be gone.
Right. But I see them. Anybody related to him has to go.
Oh, yeah. And they will.
So they're talking 12, 13 people quitting coming up in the next week. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Senators, people around him. And, if they thought that Washington was leaking like a sieve the first time he was president, wait, the leaks are going to be everywhere.
Yeah, like with the Pentagon, because they can't stand. Oh,
Everywhere.
okay.
And Hexeth is another one that's going to be found guilty of war crimes.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. Somebody said, how do Democrats get their momentum and mojo back? They are. They are. They truly are.
Oh yeah,
If you can't see, but you got to watch the news, and that's a drag. But I can see, and the energy that's coming up, I think that woman who lost in Tennessee, I think there was something suspicious there. But
I
still,
do
she
too.
didn't lose by much, which is good news. And let me tell you, it's going to keep going, you guys.
But even in Tennessee, even though they say she lost, it was really a win because Trump won that district by 19 or 20 points. And look at the narrow margin
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
happened. So, I mean, she didn't get the seat, but and then people are but it was a win, I think, because it showed how dissatisfied people are with Trump. The other thing is people are nervous about that stupid Supreme Court ruling that, that they kicked it back down to the lower courts. It has to go through the lower courts first about the gerrymandering in Texas and redrawing the
Yeah.
maps. And they knew it would take years, and they knew that it would take a lot longer than after the midterms.
Exactly.
But look at what other states are doing,
Oh,
like
I know.
like
Besides
like
California.
Virginia. Look at what they're doing.
Oh, wait, Virginia is, I got that guy running it, the governor, the Republican.
There's some states, and I don't know if it's Virginia, but I think, but that where they could end up gaining like even 10 more seats or 15 seats. So, and so a lot of states are going to be saying, wait a minute, if Texas can do it, so can we.
You know,
And
you
what's the
kind of
Supreme
get
Court
what
going
you
to
pay
say?
for.
What's the
Yeah,
Supreme Court going to say?
they can't.
They can't.
Um, Somebody asked, will RFK Jr.'s wife divorce him? I think so, down the road.
I don't know, but I think I see him gone and I see there's no more political career left for him after this.
That's the one good thing, you guys. No matter who works in this administration, they will be considered to be yuck. Nobody will
Right.
want them around.
Well, the guy, he's not even a doctor. He has no medical training. He, nothing, he knows nothing about it. And after, Trump is gone, what is he, Secretary of Health or something?
Yeah.
I see somebody in that position who's a physician.
Yes.
What if they would have asked Sanjay Gupta or somebody like that, who's a doctor, who everything that Kennedy did would be overturned? I mean, he's a disgrace of the Kennedy family. And
Everybody says it, especially his family.
I think we're going to have another Kennedy as president at some point.
Okay.
It'll be a while. I'll tell you who else is going to make a huge political comeback once Trump is gone is Pete Buttigieg.
Well, Pete Buttigieg is going to be what?
He's going to make a huge political comeback once Trump is
Yeah,
gone.
he's going to be right in the middle of that and not
Did you hear Trump
Secretary of
making
Treasury.
did you hear Trump making fun of his name? And Buttigieg's response was excellent. He goes, "Well, he probably did pronounce my name right." And then he went on just to name facts, facts, facts.
What do you mean?
Because Trump was mispronouncing his name on purpose. He was calling him Buddha Edge. And Buttigieg came forward and said, "Well, he probably is one of the only people that got my name right." He was roasting him. He was like, "That's-
I love it. He's so
yeah,
cool. He's
yep.
so cool.
All
So you
right.
got a question?
Uh, let's see. Sue Witzig says SCOTUS is about to approve Trump's ability to fire FTC employees. This is just another coup about to take over our government. We really need to be prepared and present with eyes wide open. Let's see. Let me just keep going. This is a long one. Uh, you know what? This is just more of a statement. I'm sorry. Um,
Okay.
here, let me just go with another one. Ladybug says, "Is Jared Kushner the Antichrist?" No, he's
No,
not.
but close.
Nor is Trump. Um, the Antichrist would be somebody smart and
That's more like Putin.
correct, correct.
So here's Barbara. She said, hi, guys. I'm back in the public schools after being laid off. Florida has a parent rights thing. They have to sign an enrollment stating whether or not their child is allowed to be photographed, but there is also something in there about the military recruitment. I have not seen the exact verbiage, nor have I ever seen this in a charter school. All sorts of alarms in my head are going off. I am listening to you and staying calm, but holy smokes. Am I ever glad the school age children's airship has sailed? I do not want to be an alarmist either. What are your thoughts? I don't think any of this will pan. It won't hold water. That's what I heard.
It's not. It's going to be overturned.
It's
And
almost illegal for them to do this. Although, as soon as my boys turned 18, the military said they have to sign up. They have to sign up. They have to
that'll
have their name and stuff. But, like Jeff could never. You can't
that'll
give a reason why they can't, but they had to sign up.
that'll change though.
Yeah.
Um, Barbara, we predicted you'd get a job and you have one. Uh,
Yes.
so I wouldn't worry so much about this thing you're talking about because I really don't see it going anywhere.
Okay,
That's
you
what I
got a
think.
question?
Yep. Um, is the Dell family's 6.25 billion investment into Trump accounts for 25 million children a scam, kickback, or money laundering back into Trump's pockets, or all of the above? I didn't know they invested that much money.
To what? What was the investment to?
Is the Dell family 6.25 billion investment into Trump accounts for 20, supposedly it's for 25 million children to help them, and they want to know if it's a scam or a kickback.
It's a scam.
Uh, I'm
It's a
sure that
kickback, and it went into Trump's hands.
I'm sure a lot of it did. All right.
Um, After the regime is driven out, oh, I can't wait for that day. We should have all kinds of group shows and everybody just laughing and talking.
You know what song came to my mind when you said you can't wait? Remember that song "Dancing in the Streets"?
Yeah, that'll
That's
be
what's
great.
going through. That was what's
And
going through my.
we don't have to listen to that YMCA ever again.
Yeah, right.
After the regime is driven out, will Apple, Amazon, and Meta suffer financially for the parts they played in this administration? Or are they just too dependent on them for it to matter? I see the government coming in and kind of giving them a what for, maybe cutting them out, like chopping them up. Does that make sense?
It does. I think they'll kind of wash their hands of it. They'll find a way to kind of spin it and step out of it. Um, I mean, Apple's not going to go anywhere. That's for sure.
Yeah, and Apple will turn around and kiss the new Democrat that's coming in
Correct.
and hand
That
that person all kinds of money.
right. All right.
Uh,
I think it's going to hurt their business now because people are going to stop buying those products for a while.
Let me throw on this real quick. Will the Obamacare credits be reinstated? I just want to ask real quick on that.
If the
Trump
what? I'm
has
sorry.
no it. Trump has no he does not want to do it, but he's going to be getting in trouble to where his backup will be against the wall. He may do it just to get people off his back. Let me look real quick. Will the ACA credits, come back?
I hear yes,
Okay.
but it's success. Yes, I just don't know when.
Definitely success. Look at this. People will be
Ooh.
very happy. It might not happen till next summer, though. So maybe what they're going to have is, we got another thing coming up in January. Um, what is it they fight over where you have to come up with something? And
Oh,
another,
the
what is it?
budget.
A budget, another budget coming in January. And I don't see them holding on. I see more good stuff coming up with that budget. Don't ask me why. I see Trump furious. This is probably the stuff that's going to take him down in 26.
God, yes.
Because I can see him beat red.
And mad
Yeah.
and changing his diaper.
And I feel someone else is getting ready to turn on him. Oh, did you see Fetterman says he's not going to run again?
Really? Wow.
He knows what the writing on the wall.
Well, a Democrat would take that seat, so or win it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, you got something?
I'm sorry. Let me just here. Hold on. Okay, let me find it. I lost it. That's what I was doing, trying to find it again. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh. Well, somebody is asking, is the military going to remove Trump and the rest of the circus? I don't see the military taking him out. No.
Yeah, that was so funny. I just read. What's the name of the person that sent that? Mine is Jessica.
I'm sorry, say again.
What's the name of the person that sent that?
Deborah.
So this one says, are the top brass of the U.S. military going to take a decisive action against Trump?
I think
I
behind
see them taking a decisive action against Hedgehog.
right. I think behind the scenes are talking about what to do if he goes more rogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, And if it gives some crazy order, I see top generals refusing to do it. Um, but as far as them removing him, that would mean that there would be a coup d'etat. That's the only way they could get rid of him. And I don't see that happening. But behind the scenes, they're coming up with strategic plans about how to deal with him. That's what I pick
Right.
up.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, let's see. Is it your turn or mine?
Can you see the future of Tennessee and the governor and all the laws being violated? The future of Tennessee and the governor. I know Tennessee is a bit rigged, but
I
it's
still
going to
see,
go blue down the road.
I see him going purple, you
Okay.
know. Oh, I see him going purple in Florida.
Let me ask this one real quick. Do you see Jasmine Crockett running for Senate representing Texas? And will she win? Let's look. She's going
Well,
to
I
win. People
she's
love her.
people love her, but I think she's in the House, so they don't want to give up too many House seats because they have to hold the House. The Dems have to hold the House.
Well, no, Texas is kicking her out. They're taking her seat over.
I know, I get that. Um,
And the Supreme Court just said they can do that. So
what,
now she needs to look for someplace else.
wait, they're kicking her out when her term is up. They can't kick her out right now.
I think her term is out in 26.
Right. Then, so well, I wonder how they could kick her out. Because
They're
of the
closing that, and nobody can get in that space unless they're a Republican. But I don't think that's going to matter either. I don't know why I thought, no, they're going to be able to. Oh,
uh,
God is on her side, by the way. God is on her side.
well, if she
She's
runs
going to
for the
get a
Senate,
lot of money from the people to be.
if she
She
runs
will
for the Senate,
win.
she'll win.
She will win. Guaranteed.
I could see her as a vice president one day.
Yeah, she's so smart.
They want her out because they don't want her to be Speaker of the House.
Yeah, yeah. Um, some people are worried that the Supreme Court will say California can't, uh, after they told Texas, yeah, just leave it the lower courts. They're going to tell California you can't change those seats. But those seats, the way they did it with getting rid of seats and making them Democrat was by the public. The people
Right,
voted for it. And
right.
that's the one thing the Supreme Court's supposed to keep their hands off of.
Well, the rhetoric the Supreme Court uses because the argument was is that it was prejudicial and it was racist because of how, that gerrymandering in Texas. And the Supreme Court said it wasn't racial based. So that's how they danced around it. So they could use maybe another complete
They always do.
argument in California to say, but so I can see how the Supreme Court could kind of twist it a bit. But the bottom line is they gave, no matter what, they gave the red light to Texas, and they said it's got to go through all the lower courts first. So if they say that California can't do it, people are going to be, oh my God, you have no idea of what it's going to do.
I mean, a huge amount of Californians said yes.
That's
So
right.
they're saying the people's vote didn't matter.
Right, exactly. So my feeling is they might do the same thing with California there with Texas. Well, we'll let it go through the courts and blah blah blah. But
But it would go through the
Alito
courts.
jumped in for
We already had voting. The California said this is what we want.
right. Well, Alito jumped in for Texas to save the day for Texas and said, "Oh, I'm gonna," because he's the justice for that area, and said, I'm going to put a stay on the lower court's ruling because the lower court said it was prejudice and discriminatory and Texas couldn't do it. And Alito put a stay on it. And
Right.
so we know whose pocket Alito is in. That's why I see him, things like that, that'll get him impeached.
I love it. I love it.
All right. Let
So
me see.
what you got? This will be
Okay.
our last question.
Okay. The Election Truth Alliance reports a statistical abnormality in Montgomery County, Tennessee, after the recent election between for between Van Epps and Bain. This happens when there is a large voter turnout. I'm afraid this underhanded election interference will happen in the midterms throughout the nation. Will this be stopped and are revealed before then? Will the true winner prevail? What do you see for the midterms? In other words, in the nutshell, they're asking, will there be vote tampering in the midterms that would sway it toward the MAGAs or the Republicans?
No,
That
because there's just too many blue shirts coming out. It's
exactly.
going to be Armageddon. I'm telling you, you saw 7 million signed up, and they said it could have been all the way up to 20 million people marched. You saw that.
Right. And there's
And
going to be a
that
lot more people marching.
people will make sure they get out there and vote. They
Oh,
can't
yeah.
stop this tsunami that's coming.
And I think the Supreme Court now should know not to touch California
Right.
because the dissents that they had with the three liberal judges were blistering. They were
Yeah.
blistering.
Yeah.
And so they're going to try. But I thought it was I thought it took a lot of chutzpah for Texas to file a lawsuit to keep California from redrawing their political lines, but yet it was okay for them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
That's how they roll, though. You know,
I
that's how
know
they roll.
it is. The hypocrisy just blows me away.
Right. So
But real quick, go ahead.
next Monday, your channel.
Yeah, yeah. Real quick, how about Paxson? He's the attorney general in Texas that filed that lawsuit to keep the redistricting in Texas. I still see Paxson going to jail.
I've
That hasn't,
always seen him going to jail.
yeah,
Let me
yeah,
throw real quick on Paxson.
yeah. People are asking about it.
We've always seen him getting it.
Always.
He's done so many illegal things and stole money.
It's like close your eyes and point, right?
He thinks he's the king. Yeah, he's going to have to leave in shame.
Oh, good.
That's him going towards a prison. And it's a woman that brings the charges. This might not happen until like next year or the year after, but he's gone.
Okay, okay. I can be patient. All right, Linda, next week, right?
Okay, honey.
All right,
Um,
stay well. All
See you next week.
right.
Cheers, you guys. Love you all. Bye.